Hello and welcome to the Florida Aquarium Dive Show. My name is Jonathan and I hope you're enjoying your visit today. In a moment, we're going to be joining our scuba divers on a reef survey. That's sort of a who's who of the coral reef. To understand a complex habitat like a coral reef, you first have to know what lives there. As you take a look at the coral reef exhibit we have here, you can see that it's home to lots of different kinds of fish. But I want you to think for a moment about what coral reefs do for you, for all of us. For human beings. First, I'll appeal to your taste buds. Do you guys like seafood? That's making me hungry. Well, lobsters, grouper, snapper, they all depend on reef ecosystems. Coral reefs support 1/4 of all marine life. They also support fisheries which provide food for millions of people. Secondly, consider your sense of sight. A coral reef is an artist's dream. Look at the variety of patterns and shapes, colors and textures. It's a feast for your eyes. Third, let me ask you another question. You guys enjoying good health? Are you healthy? Even if you're not. Like living laboratories, coral reefs have yielded compounds that help fight many human conditions like leukemia, asthma, heart disease, even AIDS. Finally, let me appeal to your wallets. Coral reefs protect many valuable real estate areas from destructive storm waves. Also, when you consider scuba divers and sport fishers, they contribute millions of dollars to local economies when they visit coral reefs. Okay, while our scuba divers are making their final preparations, I need a couple volunteers to help out. Who wants to help? Come on, people. I gotta pick my education subjects. Little boy, come on up here. Gotta call them out. This is why you work in the education department. What's your name?
Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan. Can you spell well?
Yeah.
Good. You're going to be in charge of keeping a fish tally. As our divers talk about the fish on our survey, you're going to jot down the names and we'll know how many fish we see. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, just go right over to the corner. Face it. Don't come out until I tell you to. No, right there. No, you don't have to face the corner. Right there's perfect. One other volunteer. This is the fun one. Casey Coy, come on up here. Because these guys are all scared. All right, Casey, what's your name?
Sam.
Sam. Do you know fish sign language? Don't worry. Our scuba divers are going to teach you, and then you're going to teach these guys, okay?
Okay.
Go over next to Jonathan. All right. If you folks look up on the monitor, we can see who our scuba divers are today for the survey. Oh, it's Dr. Fishbone. Yeah, she's a little flaky, a little forgetful. She loves her coral reefs and knows her fish, but sometimes we have to jog her memory about the fish names, so we may need your help with that. Hello, Dr. Fishbone, can you hear me? Barely.
Well, I can hear you fine. Hi.
Hello. Who'd you dive buddy today?
My dive buddy's name is Carl. You know, you never dive alone, always with a friend, right, Carla?
Look at that. You see that? She's using the fish sign language I was talking about. She's asking if we've seen a shark nearby. Have you guys seen a shark in here? Can you make the shark sign? Nicely done, little boy. That's how scuba divers communicate to each other under the water. We'll learn more about that as the program goes on. Hey, Dr. Fishbone, you guys ready to get wet?
Sure.
All right, we'll see you down here.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait for these little fishies to go by. I don't want to land right on top of them. Okay. Here we go. Where is everybody? I can't see through all these bubbles. And this cord is getting in my way. Oh, hi there, everyone. Hello, Carla.
Hello.
You know what we're going to do today is a reef survey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look around the reef and I'm going to point out particular fish I find. And then my dive buddy Carl over here is going to write the names of the fish down on that slate. You guys are going to help us keep track. Okay? Now, what I'd like to do is start up here at the top of the reef. Many of you may not realize that reefs are very much like rainforests. There's several different layers. Some animals live up high, and others live down low. Now, and that's how the reef, the rainforest, obviously can be home to so many different animals. Now, as I mentioned, I'd like to start up here at the top of the reef. This is where all the strong back swimmers tend to hang out. Like, for instance, that one in the back. Let's see, these guys are going to move out of my way. That long silver one, the big scales, he's kind of cruising that way. That one is a real fish athlete. It's the Michael Jordan of the ocean. It makes spectacular leaps and bounds when hooked by an angle. Now, it can be found at shores and in the rivers, but sometimes it can be found wandering around the reef. Now, the name of that one, here it comes again, starts with a T, but it's like a
Oh, Dr. Fishbone, I warned you, she's a little flaky. There, that's the tarpon, the first fish of our survey. Right down the tarpon, the hand sign. There you go, little Sam. Represents the upturned jaw of the tarpon. You guys can do the hand sign, right? Come on, the upturned jaw of the tarpon. You guys look up on the monitor. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, you can see a picture of the tarpon right there.
Okay, let me move on to some other ones. Ooh, how about all these guys hanging around the back? Here's a couple of them swimming down here. They've got yellow tails, long yellow stripes down their side. Now, normally, they swim together in schools. And what happens is when they're swimming real fast, it's hard for a predator to focus their eyes on just one. That's why they stay in schools, because they're safe in numbers. Now, that one's called, like, the yellow-tailed clapper, or the...
Excuse me, I think Carla knows that one. That's the yellowtail snapper.
Oh.
Snapper, so we do a little snap and hand sign. You can see a picture there. And they look pretty fat and happy back there. Any of you anglers out there probably know that snappers are some good eating. So another fish for our survey, Jonathan. Hey, Dr. Fishbone.
Yes?
You know what that music means.
That's scary, of course. Yeah, actually, swimming around the back, just getting ready to cruise her way on around. That is a shark. Now, of course, coral reefs provide great hunting grounds for all kinds of tasty treats. So you're going to find the sharks wandering around. I love to watch the way it moves. Here she comes. Got that real graceful side-to-side motion. Now, that one's got like black tips. I think it's called like the black-eared or black-legged shark or the...
That's the black tip
Oh.
reef shark. You guys remember the shark sign, right? Now be honest, are you concerned having that shark swim near you?
Well, it'd be kind of crazy if I were to be holding anything edible in they find good eating. Yummy, yummy. Now, that one's called like the steak fish or it's like the other white meat or...
Does that help? That's the pork fish. Yeah, there's the hand right there. That's actually, we kind of made that one up. That's American Sign Language for pork or pig. They're also a pretty curious fish, aren't they, Dr. Fishbone?
Absolutely. Anything new that they may see, they want to come over and take a look-see, but all that curious behavior kind of causes a bunch of commotion and hubbub that makes it easy for a predator to just come smack one right up. We don't even have a clue.
Speaking of big predators, I don't know if our volunteers knew it, but they're standing right here by the green thing.
Of course, that's a moray. That's such a treat and very exciting. Normally, morays hang out, hide, and read crevices, nooks, and crannies during the day. They come out at night to get their food. Now, that particular one's like a chartreuse moray or the olive green, ridley,
The guacamole, that's the green moray. Another fish for us already. Hand sign, you can do this, or you can do this. And for those of you who can't see it down here, check it up right up the monitors. Yeah, there's one right down here. We gotcha. Now, you're not scared of the shark. Why don't you be honest? You gotta be scared of the eels, right?
Well, just like the shark, eels don't deserve the bad reputation they get. If divers would just leave them alone and not harass them, they'd leave the divers alone as well. And again, I wouldn't want to be holding anything edible in my hands. That's absurd.
All right, why don't you move a little closer to the reef?
Sure. Let's see if I can pick out some of my favorite fish from here. Sure, I can find them somewhere. Let me just kind of cruise around. Well, actually, there's one of my favorites right up there. Look how close it is hanging out to the reef. That one that's black, very angelic looking. Can you see that one right over there? It's got yellow flecks on its side. All the little yellow flecks look kind of like single lights. Here's France. Now that one's called like the Spanish painter fish, or I can't find. It's something like that. I don't
I
really
think
find.
Carla's gonna bail you out again.
Oh.
That's the French
Yeah.
angelfish. And the hand sign represents the halo. Another fish for the survey. And what's neat about angelfish, if you look up on the monitors, you can see they have those vertical yellow bars. They only have those when they're juveniles. And they lose those as they get older, so you can check those out in some other exhibits as you go through the aquarium. What else, Dr. Fishbone?
Well, I'd like to move down even lower and closer to the reef. Point out one of my favorite fish right here. Kind of cruising down, sinking to the bottom. That one I like to call the gopher, because what it does, excuse me, sorry, it kind of likes to hang out on little ledges, coral heads, and just kind of hang there. And it waits for its food to come by, and then it just sucks it right up. There's another one down here on the bottom too. But it's not called the gopher, it's like
You guys probably heard of that one before. It's the grouper.
oh,
And the hand sign's cool. It represents the spines on a grouper when he gets upset. There you go, you're doing it. And there's many different types of grouper, and they can change colors according to their moods. So if you just get to know that classic kind of sturdy grouper body with the big head, you'll be able to tell the groupers apart. Uh-oh.
you know what? There's something very fishy about this reef. It's very pristine. There's no problems like coral bleaching. I don't see any places where the boat anchors have torn up the coral. There's an amazing variety of fish. There's nocturnal animals such as the eel coming out in broad daylight. And there's a bunch of animals missing.
Missing? What's missing, Dr. Fishbone?
Oh, you know, all the little creepy crawlies, the little critters, the little crabs. All the polyps, the coral polyps.
Polyps. Polyps. Dr. Fishbone once again seems to have forgotten that she's diving at the Florida Aquarium. All these coral polyps that you see here are man-made and woman-made out of gold, plastics, and concrete. Polyps? What polyps?
You know, polyps, they're the ones responsible for building a reef such as this. Each piece of living coral is actually the external skeleton of a tiny animal jellyfish-like animal called a coral polyp. And
Miss her boat. Yeah, sure, give her a round of applause. That's not easy. Absolutely. And that's an important point you brought up, something we should consider as we go home. Now, I want to ask a question of Mr. Jonathan. How many fish did we see today?
512.
That's a new record. You know, seven fish. You know, there are only over 60 different kinds of fish in this exhibit. On a real Florida reef, there's over 500 different kinds. So if you guys can remember just a couple, you're doing excellent work. Let's give our volunteers a round of applause. John and Sam, excellent job. Thank you. You can have a seat. Now, what you guys can do now is, if you'd like, please go back there and check out the beautiful Corals Alive exhibit. So you can see the really living, beautiful, pretty coral polyps. Also, you can go up to the third level and talk to our divers as they're getting out of the water. Let's not forget to thank Siegel Integrated Dive Systems for giving us all our dive gear. We really appreciate that. But thank you for coming. Come back and see us because we always see different fish on our surveys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your visit. Enjoy the Florida Aquarium. Adios.
It would be repetitive to kids, to grown-ups.
Bye, Bob.
Okay, now let's go ahead, right now, let's go ahead and talk about the hide of the alligator. Now if you'll notice, right here, on the back of the gator, okay, now right here on the back of the alligator are some hard bony ridges called scutes. Now these scutes act as two things. First, they
My name is Jonathan, and I hope you're enjoying your visit today. How are you guys doing? In a few moments, we're going to be joining our scuba divers on a reef survey. Let me sneak over here. It's sort of like a who's who of the coral reef. To understand a complex habitat like a coral reef, you first have to know what lives there. And as you guys take a look at all the fish that live here, you can see that a coral reef is home to lots of different kinds of animals. But what I want you to do is think for a moment about what coral reefs do for all of us, for human beings, for everybody. First, I want to appeal to your taste buds. Do you guys like seafood? Actually, I don't, but a lot of people do. Lobsters, grouper, and snapper, they all depend on reef ecosystems, if you've ever eaten those. Around the world, coral reefs support 1/4 of all marine life. They also support fisheries which provide food for millions of people. Secondly, just consider your sense of sight. You guys take a look here. Coral reef is a feast for your eyes. Look at the variety of patterns and shapes, colors and textures. It's an artist's dream. Third, it's important to be healthy, right? But like rainforests and living laboratories, coral reefs have yielded compounds that actually help fight many human conditions like leukemia, heart disease, asthma, even AIDS. Finally, let me appeal to your wallets, your piggy banks. Coral reefs provide barriers which help protect valuable real estate from destructive storm waves. Then we consider scuba divers, sport fishers. They all contribute millions of dollars to local economies. So those are a few points you need to consider when you think about coral reefs. Okay, while our scuba divers are getting ready, I need a couple volunteers to help out. Who wants to help? This young man, you want to help? All right, come on up here. Stand right next to me. What's your name?
David.
David, how old are you?
9.
Are you married?
No.
Okay, just checking. He's not married, ladies. All right, you guys right here, can you scoot back just a little bit? Give me 2 scoots. David, your job is going to be to take this clipboard, take that pencil, and you're just going to keep track of all the fish we see on our survey. Can you do that?
Okay.
It's really easy. Spelling doesn't count. Just go right over to this corner right here, and our divers will help you. I need another volunteer. Who else wants to help? Come on up here, sir. It's all the guys today. All right, what's your name?
Alexander.
Alexander, how old are you?
10.
He's 11, everybody. He's 11. He's not 10. Your job, do you know fish sign language?
No.
That's okay. Our scuba divers are going to teach you, and you're going to be responsible to teach all these people fish sign language. Can you do that?
Okay.
It's really easy. Just you go right over there next to our other helper. You're going to have to stay standing though, because everyone needs to see you. All right. If you guys look up on the monitors, we'll see who our divers are today. Uh-oh. I know who that is. That's Dr. Fishbone. Yeah. She's a little flaky.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing, Dr. Fishbone?
Great.
Who's your dive buddy today?
My dive buddy today is Randy. We always dive with a dive buddy, right?
Look, Randy's using the fish sign language I was telling you about. You guys know what that sign is? Anyone know? That's a shark. Have you guys seen a shark? That's a type of language that scuba divers use to communicate when they're underwater. So you guys will just kind of learn some more of that as we go on. You're going to teach everybody. All right, Dr. Fishbone, you ready to get wet?
We sure are.
Okay, we'll see you down here.
Oh, where am I? Where's everybody?
We're over here.
Oh, hey, there you guys are.
Hi, Dr. Fishbone.
Good morning. Wait till Randy gets in here. Today we're going to do a reef survey, as Jonathan told you. I'll point out a fish, and Randy here will write the name on that little slate that she's got there. And we'll folks out in the audience keep track of all the fish that we talk about. We'll try to see how many we can cover today, all right?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit about reefs here. Reefs have lots of layers, like in a rainforest. Some animals live up high and others live down low. And that's how rainforests and reefs can become to so many different types of animals. So let me look around. Oh, right over here, up at the top of the reef, is where the strong, fast swimmers tend to hang out. There's a really big silvery fish with big scales. That's a real fish athlete. We call it the Michael Jordan of the ocean. Makes spectacular leaps when it's hooked by an angler. It kind of hangs around inshore near river mouths, sometimes even into fresh water. And occasionally it wanders out to the coral reefs. Now that fish is, let's see if I can try and remember the name. It begins with a T. It's a, what is it called?
You can't hear the audience, they're telling you what it is. There it is. It's the tarpon,
Oh,
first
tarpon.
fish of our survey. And the hand sign, just like that. Show everybody. That represents the upturned jaw of the tarpon. You can see on the monitors there, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it swim around. So look for that fish.
Okay. Oh, see all these guys with the yellow tails that are kind of all swimming together? Try to keep your eye on just one of them. It's hard to do, isn't it, when they're all moving? It's kind of confusing like that for a predator, too. It's one reason why fish stay in schools. There's safety in numbers. Now, that guy is a,
Does that help
what
you?
is it called? It's kind of a yellow fin or a...
Yellowtail snapper.
Oh, okay.
The hand signs like this, just because we kind of made that one up. Just kind of snap. You guys can do that, right? There's the snapper. You can see the picture of it up there. Ooh, jeez. That's the snapper, all right. You can see they're pretty fat and happy in there. And for those of you who do like seafood, you may have recognized those from your sushi bars. They're some good eating. Hey, Dr. Fishbone. Up there, I don't know if you noticed,
What?
there's kind of a scare.
Oh.
You know what that means? Here it comes now.
Look, it's a shark. Wow, it's a real treat. Coral reefs are great places to hunt for food, so of course you might see a shark wandering out there to pick up a snack. Now that shark's got black markings on the tips of her fins. It would be what is it? A black fin or...
Come on, that one's easy. Randy will help you. That's the black tip reef shark.
Okay.
Another fish for the survey. Our survey guy left. He's like, I'm tired of it. Okay, just make sure he's jotting stuff down. We gotta keep track. And this is the hand sign for a shark. We showed you earlier. You know the hand sign for a big shark? This. Just kidding. Big shark. Okay, now be honest. Are you concerned having that shark swim near you, Dr. Fishbone?
No, I'm really not very concerned. I don't have anything edible in my hands, but I do like to keep an eye on her, though. kind of this girl with graceful side-to-side motion as she swims through the water. Real graceful.
And what else is in there? What about these guys?
These guys right here with the black bars and the yellow tails, those guys are kind of interesting. When they're little, they like to actually clean parasites off other fish. They may even try to clean parasites off me. They're called, not chicken, not steak, but the yellow white meat.
Does that help you guys? You guys know? That's the pork fish, yeah. This is the hand sign. Show everybody. Yeah, that's actually American Sign Language. It means pork or pig. They're also pretty curious, aren't they?
Sure, anything new might be food to a pork fish, so they like to mingle around and see if there's anything new. But all that curious nature can get them into trouble. A lot of that hubbub also attracts curious predators like those sharks that may have a chance to pick off one of those distracted fish.
Yeah, speaking of predators, I don't know if you guys saw earlier, there was a big green thing swimming around. Did you guys see that? What is that thing?
Sure, there's one right down there. It's a moray.
Some of you might get that one.
That's a moray.
That's a moray.
That's right. That guy right there normally spends most of his time in reef crevices during the day and only wanders out at night to pick up a snack. Kind of an unusual treat.
Yeah, if you guys see the hand sign for that one. Did you guys do that? Yeah, that's
No, the color is kind of all over chartreuse or
It's green, Dr. Fishbone.
Right.
Green. Green moray. You can see a picture of it nicely up there, and after the program you can come up and check it out. That's another fish for our survey. Have you, now you're not scared of the shark, but those eels are pretty scary to me. Are you scared of that one?
Not really. They really don't deserve the bad reputation they've got. Divers just watch them and don't harass them. They won't bite. Of course, you're not going to want to stick your hands into any reef crevices where